Hey, this is Music Nerd Numbercruncher. A good 2, that is the number of years Adele says it will take for her next full-length album to be released. There is good news, though, for Adele fans. She will be releasing a new song by the end of the year that some speculate will be the theme for the next James Bond movie. $5 million, that is the number of dollars Weird Al Yankovic is suing Sony Music for over their alleged failure to pay what he's owed for download sales, his share of settlements with file-sharing sites Napster, Kazaa, and Grokster, and the importance of White and Nerdy's popularity in Sony reaching an equity deal with YouTube a few years ago. 1000, that is the year Spotify's Facebook timeline begins, providing an overview of popular music throughout the ages, from the birth of Walther van der Vogelweide to the release of the Walkman. 88, that is the number of years banjo legend Earl Scruggs had been around before he passed away this week. His three-fingered picking approach revolutionized the way banjos were played. The most popular banjo picking technique is to this day known as Scruggs style. And 12, that is the number of #1 albums Madonna has had in the UK as of this week's MDNA release, breaking a record long held by Elvis. Madonna's next closest living competition comes from Bruce Springsteen and Robbie Williams with 9 each. So unless those two really get moving, Madge's record looks to be safe for a good long while. Madonna isn't just dominating the UK charts. MDNA also bowed at #1 here in the US. With 358,000 albums sold, she edged out her closest competition by 160,000 sales. That competition came in the form of Lionel Richie's Tuskegee. So we've got Madonna at #1, Lionel Richie at #2. I'm sorry, but what decade is this again? Is this 2012? Is this 1982? I'm a little lost here. And the 80s connection doesn't stop there. Iron Maiden's new live album, En Vivo! Which is Spanish for live, ! Debuted at 75. Clay Aiken's Steadfast debuted at 108. And I know, Clay Aiken isn't from the 1980s, but hear me out here. Clay Aiken, Rick Astley. Clay Aiken, Rick Astley. Are you seeing this? Am I the only one that sees this? They look a lot alike, at least in this picture. Enough about the 80s, though. Chipwrecked is back. If you're new to Music Nerd, I've been following the inexplicable ups and downs and comings and goings of the official motion picture soundtrack of the latest Alvin and the Chipmunks movie. It's been all over the place, and nobody's been able to explain why. And it left, and I thought it was over and done with, but now it's back. And this time, I don't think it's going to haunt my nightmares, though, knock on wood, because there is a very straightforward reason for its return. The DVD was released last week. The soundtrack is now at number 170. Anyway, that's all for this week. Thank you for watching. I did my last Music Nerd from the Playlist Live convention in Orlando, Florida, where YouTubers come together to celebrate the online community. So please check that out here. To see my interviews with YouTube artists from Playlist Live, click right over here. And most importantly, to subscribe to Fuse on YouTube, click here, where my fingers are pointing right now.